Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Well, it looks like Rachel from Accounts is putting the UK on the road to ruin. By all accounts, in the newspaper today, that there is suggestions that she's going to ruin the country. Well, I don't know why it should be suggested that she is as Chancellor. There's also a rumour flying around that she might have to go cap in hand to the International Monetary Fund for a loan, bail us out of the mess we're in. And of course, we all remember, don't we, in the 1970s when Dennis Healey, he was Chancellor when Labour were in government. That was it. He had to go to the IMF for a loan. Isn't it typical of these socialists? They can't do anything right, can they? When they always end up when they're in government, they always seem to make a mess of everything. But apparently, that's what's going to happen. And of course, we've got the budget coming up, haven't we, in the autumn? Good, and it looks like I don't know what's going to happen there. Whether there's going to be tax rises. Something's she's got to get the money from somewhere because of this 50 billion black hole she's created. I mean, the backbenchers rebelled, didn't they? When the government was going to take some of people's benefits away from them, and the backbenchers rebelled. I mean, it looks like there's going to be more pain in the next budget. There's rumours going around that they might even target the pensioners' winter fuel allowance again. It's complete madness, isn't it, by this government that we have? They just don't know what they're doing. I don't know where the money's going. Well, we all know where it's going, don't we? It's going on spending it on putting these migrants into hotels. That's where it's going. That's where all the money's going. No wonder we've got none. Yes, it looks like Rachel from accounts is going to have to, well, end up going to the International Monetary Fund for a loan. She's going to have to go with cap in hand to beg for a loan. Like I've just said, that's what happened the last time Labour were in government. That was in the 1970s when, like I've said, Dennis Healey was Chancellor. They used to call him Dennis the Menace. That was when Callaghan was Prime Minister. We all know what a disaster that was back then in the 1970s when the country there was never anybody at work then in the 70s because everybody was on strike. There were strikes galore. But thanks to this economic whiz, Rachel Reeves, we looks like we're in a mess. She's got to get away. She's got to find a way out of it. I don't know how she's going to do it. She, she said that in the last year's budget, she said after last year's budget, she said she was never going to come back for tax rises again. Well, it looks like it's going to happen this time. I mean, Starmer said the same thing, didn't he? We won't put up taxes again. Well, it looks like they're going to go up to pay for this mess they've created. Like I've said, I don't know how we're going to get out of it, but they've made the mess of it, so they've got to find a way out of it. Taxes were going to have to go up. I mean, there's the the people of this country want Starmer to sack Reeves because they think she's not doing a good enough job. She's useless, mind you. She's useless, isn't she, as Chancellor? She's out of her depth. Couldn't be Chancellor. But it's like they've said in the newspapers that Starmer, they're not sacker because of the would spook the markets, wouldn't it? That's why Liz Truss had such a disastrous mini budget a few years ago when she was prime minister. She didn't last long, did she? That spooked the markets, and she ended up sacking her chancellor, Kwasi Kwarteng, or whatever his name is. But will Starmer dare sack Reeves? If this next budget of hers in the autumn goes wrong, then I can see she will have to be sacked because she's a complete and utter disaster as Chancellor. I don't think she's got a clue. Like I've said in a previous video about it, um, she's the Treasury. She's got advisors, and they're supposed to advise her about what to do. But I don't think she takes any notice of them. She just ignores them and gets on with it herself. I don't think she knows anything about the finances of this country. She hasn't got a clue, or the money markets for that matter. She hasn't got a clue. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Starmer does, won't it? With this next budget. If, like I've said, if this budget turns out to be a complete disaster, which it will be, I think it'll probably be the end for her. I'll be very surprised if she's still Chancellor up till Christmas. Whether or not we shall see whether or not she's still there. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.